Everybody, how are we doing? How are we doing? Is everything live? Can everyone hear me? Are we ready for some rugby tonight? Hey? Hope everyone's had a good Friday and you're all ready for some rugby. I see I'm live, I can hear myself. My name is Rian and I will be taking us through the stream tonight. Very excited. Hoping for a Glasgow victory on my side, just because they are URC boys. A drink. Very late kickoff. Very late kickoff. So I see we've got some famous names playing tonight. Charles Olivon, the captain of France, favourites for the World Cup. There's Carl Steyn on screen. I hope everyone is on the same time as me. Drop a chat, say hi in the chat if you want. I'll be reading some of your comments. Very excited to watch the game. Okay, so they're running out. Who do we have playing today? We've got Colby at 15 for Toulouse. Oh, Toulon, sorry, Toulon. Toulouse are already out. Toulon playing at RDS Arena. Doesn't look very full. We've got Gavin Villiers. How's it, James? How are you doing? Who else is there? I've got the team names here. How's things in Glasgow? Parise at 8. Okay, let's first go through the teams. Okay, so we've got Colby at 15 for Toulon. He's great. Hugh Jones at 13. Tupeloto at 12 for and Carl Steyn. The backline of Glasgow looking very good. Serran at 9 and Dan Bigger at 10 for Toulon. They are good to look at. Dupree at 4 for Glasgow. Ex-Lions player, I would know. And then we've got Sergio Parise at 8 for Toulon. Jack Dempsey at 8 for Glasgow. He's a great player as well. Who's on that bench? Bastereau for Toulon. Still going after all these years. Ali Price for Glasgow. He's a great player. So we should have a good matchup here. Hopefully we're all going to have a good game. No, this is being played in Dublin, Kieran. They are playing in the same stadium that they'll be playing the Champions Cup final tomorrow. So hopefully they don't cut up the grass too much. There's our man, Dan Bigger. I hope my audio's alright. Okay, there's Hugh Jones. We are ready for kickoff, ready for a good match. Very excited. Big weekend of rugby coming up. 2 finals this weekend, a few finals next weekend. And then it's into international scene. So I'm ready for the big games to happen now. And off we go. Glasgow in blue. Yeah, Aviva Stadium. It's funny, some people still call it, thanks Kieran, some people still call it Lansdowne Road. Again, they exited safely. All's good. I'm so excited. Ben K, he's a great commentator. Okay, so line up to Toulon. I'm going to say Toulouse 10 times tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I just have Toulouse on the brain. Okay, Toulon with a throw in. They take it well. Olivon, so good in the line out. Such a great 7. Okay, the maul is broken up. Good defense by Glasgow up first. And Serran, maybe he'll go high. No, they're going to take it out. Take a pod more into the midfield. Probably to get an angle for the box kick. But Glasgow is causing some issues at the ruck. Making sure the ball is very slow. That's what you want. Set the tone early and the ball goes up. So let's see if the chase is good. Villiers going after it. And Toulon get it back. Olivon, he's been in all the action so far. Serran sends it out. Who's that carrying it? There 2. What's his name? Brown. No. Bobigny? Bigger with a little show and go. Haven't seen him play in a while. He used to be in the Urk. Oh, two of his big mates retired today. I don't know if everyone saw the news. Alan Wynne and Tipperick in the 30 minutes of each other. Such big news. Two greats of the Welsh game just retired on the same day. So strange. Okay, so Glasgow get the ball back. Horn sends it out. And it goes down the line. Here goes Jones with the carry. Gets the offload to Carl Steyn. Oh, this back line is so good. Franco Smith has really put them on the front foot. He's really been good for them. Oh, watch out for that extra roll, Mr. Dempsey. It looked like the ref wanted to call it, but he didn't. Now the forwards get to run it a bit. Quick hands needed. Very well done. Def, you think Toulon will win this easily? They do have a few more international players, I think. And probably the pack as well. A much bigger pack. Glasgow doesn't have the biggest pack in the world. They can get bullied. Oh. Parise. Oh, no, ball's out. Okay, so line out. We've had a few chuckabouts. Nothing too major yet. Ball handling seems okay. The weather seems good as well. Have a drink. I know Toulon are desperate to win this because they know it gets them into the Champions Cup if they win this, and they didn't qualify through the top 14, so they rested a bunch of their players last weekend. So they definitely taking this one seriously. Glasgow, of course, they're out of the Urk, so they also, if they win this, they know they get into the Champions Cup. Though I think they are in the Champions Cup already for next year. Yeah, they qualified, I think. That's not bigger going off already, right? We can't keep losing 10s. I saw this morning that Bowden Barrett was limping off. We can't keep losing 10s, guys. We want all the best guys. So that's Bowden Barrett injured. That's now Pollard. He was injured last week. So not bigger as well. We want all the best players at the World Cup. Please. Thank you. Oof. Got to watch that high shot. Okay, no. It's just onto the chest. So that's all right. Big as a tough boy. He'll keep going. I'm obsessed with kits these days because I know the box are going to get new Nike kits one of these days. So whenever I see a Nike kit, I look at the cut. I wonder, is this kind of what ours will look like? EIA West. He's a champion. He played for La Rochelle last year. Bigger going all for the HIA. And here goes EIA West. Well competed, but Toulon get it anyways. And now carried up by the hooker. Serran, he sends it out. Another carry by the forwards. Load shedding starting in an hour here, but we should be fine. We should be fine. How's it, Grant? It's all good. It's all good. Ready for some late night rugby. Oh, look at this. Baptiste Serran. Oh, lovely try by Toulon. Oh, he's such a good 9. This is the type of guy that DuPont is keeping out of their team. One of the best 9s in the world, and he can't even get into the French side. Such a good try. Through the, onto the boot. Beautiful try. So, Glasgow already behind. Not even 5 minutes. Just a little look up, no one in the back. Stabs it through and scores. Where was the Glasgow sweeper? Did he get it down? Ooh, they might look at this. They might look at this. Ooh, they might want to look at this. I would. Oh, that too. True. But I mean, these days, what is age? What is age? Got lots of old players. The way Pollard was playing for the Tigers before he went off, he was definitely back to number 1. And now it's behind Pollard is the question now. It used to be Elton Yankees, but he's been playing for, I think it's Agen in the French Pro de Deux. Or is it like Italian? I can't remember where. I think that's French. He's been playing there while Lubbock has been, shooting the lights out in the Urk. So I think he might have leapfrogged Elton. I'm not sure. And then you'd have Damien Valença as our backup 10, 15 as well. Definitely, I would take Lubbock if you for the games against teams like, I don't know, who's the smaller teams in our pool? If we have like Namibia or someone, Lubbock would cut those teams to pieces. Look what he did to Italy last year. Okay, the grounding was there. Kick off again. Saron is already looking good. Got to watch that tackle around the neck, Mr. Dempsey. So yeah, Kieran, I think if Pollard is fit, he's definitely number 1. And number 2 would probably be Lubbock, a mixture of Lubbock and Willemse, depending on the opposition. I like Willemse more as a 15-12, but a lot of people like him at 10. A small team is Ireland. Yeah, I think I think Pollard played in Dublin. He didn't have his kicking boots on that day. Well, he was 10. Maybe Willemse was our bench guy. I can't remember. I think we had Pollard at 10 on that day, and I think we missed like 3 kicks. That's the only way you won. Not being incredibly good at rugby. How's it, Albert? Welcome to the rugby. And we already have a score ahead for Toulon. Baptiste Seron with a beautiful grubber through. So Glasgow on the back foot, trying to exit their half. Was Pollard injured? So it was Willemse. Okay, so... Oh yeah, wasn't that the game where we had like 7 guys attempt kicks and basically only one of them made it? Yeah, poor cheetahs. Poor guys. And now half their team's going to the Sharks as well, as is tradition. Okay, Toulon is trying to slow down the Glasgow Rock. They are succeeding, and Glasgow will have to carry it up. They got to watch out for sealing there, Mr. Referee. Hands on the ground behind the ball there. Who is at 9 for... Yeah, it is George Horn. Okay. He has been playing well. Okay, well gathered by Toulon. Now they got to clean up. They do. Saron sends it back. You think false 10, catch on soon. You just need way more kicking practice, Grant. Every guy on the team has to practice kicking. Yeah, I think it might have been... Everyone's always going on about how Eddie was hiding everything for the World Cup. I'm sure other teams must have been hiding stuff for the World Cup as well. So maybe the Boks were like, let's try a match where we just don't have a 10 who kicks. And just everyone takes a chance. And it didn't go well. Harry, any links for the UK to watch this Challenge Cup final? I don't know if the stuff I know works in the UK. I won't say it out loud. Yeah, RTE. Isn't that open air? As far as I know. Yeah, no, Dublin was... You could tell that was a tough game. And the game in Paris was a hard one as well. So I think... this World Cup is going to be a meat grinder. I'm very excited for it. But first, we got to get through all these finals. France taking the conversions. Yeah, as long as they score them under the posts. Always run around, please. Yeah, RTE should be free. Oh, itchy eyes. Okay, another kick. So far, it's going very well for Toulon and very badly for Glasgow. This is a long kick, though. He should be able to get it, though. Just fading away. Swinging from high and inside out. Ooh, okay, so Glasgow now need to exit. Try and get into the Toulon halves. They haven't really been there this game. Okay, and... who pulled out? It's Miotti now for Glasgow. Oh, that guy got banned for a high shot. Yeah, come on, Erk friends. But also, Colby, do well, please. There's Villiers. He's back. That's good to see. Oh, Glasgow, they cannot get out of their half, eh? Crazy pass. Let's see if they run it. Miotti sends it to Steyn. He gets out of the tackle. Such a strong play. It's crazy to think if Steyn wasn't playing in Scotland, he'd probably be playing for the Griquas in the Currie Cup now. Now, I'm sure someone else would have picked him up. Maybe for the Bulls. Okay. EIOS takes it for Toulon. He's being held up. Is this going to be a maul? Yeah, it's a maul called. So, and that's what's happening. Have a sip of water. Okay, so we'll have a scrum for Toulon. So far, it's been a pretty good game. Yeah, I know. But everyone's dropping like flies. The games before World Cup, I mean, we're going to have still a whole rugby championship. I mean, if Erge Snyman will even come back, will we see him in the box shirt again? Will he make it to the World Cup? Who can we not afford to lose? Probably a lot of our props. We can't afford to lose like Kitsov and Malherbe. Those guys are probably, and Marks and Bongi. After them, we're really getting into some deep trouble. So hopefully they will get through to the World Cup. And that scrum is, yeah, no, just get it out. Advantage to Toulon. They're going to run it. I wish Villiers and Colby would wear different color scrum caps so we know who's who. Okay, so they were too low at the scrum setup. Penalty to Toulon. So far, Glasgow are just not getting their hands on the ball and they're not getting out of their half. So it's all been Toulon. I think they were favourites for this one. How's everyone feeling about Tipperick and Alan Wynne-Jones retiring just before the World Cup? Don't know yet. They haven't mentioned they haven't shown the touring party for the Munster guys. I hope Snyman's going to be ready. He's out for HIA, so I think that's usually 12 days or 14 days is the protocol. So, and he was out in the in the quarterfinal, so it should be okay for him to travel as well. But there's also a rule if you have 3 concussions near to each other, then you have to sit out for even longer. And I think he has had 3 concussions, so I'm not sure. He might make it. I hope so. It'd be great to see him playing in South Africa again. He's very important as well. He was in the team that beat Stormers earlier. Yeah, there's the Albert Tipperick and AWJ were just like, nah, we've made our money. I'll use that Lions tour money and just retire. Become a public speaker, MC at weddings. Maybe Alan Wynne will become a forwards coach or something. He's got so much experience. He can't leave the game. Tipperick will just be giving people check lessons. Oh, look at that ball. That's what Colby's there for. And then Villiers. Did he get the ball out? Yeah. But Glasgow get it back. Maybe he should have just gone out and competed at the lineouts. Okay, so now Glasgow, they need to get out of their half. They have not been on the right side. Oh yeah, no. I still love I'll always love Snyman. Doesn't matter what jersey he's playing in. And I hear, Kieran, that there's some major Munster fan travel being planned. Lots of people coming to Cape Town. It all sounds very exciting. People are getting super hyped for the final in Cape Town in a couple of weeks' time. I know I am. I wish I could go watch it. Okay, so Villiers has the mustache. Another line out for Toulon. In a good field position. Olivon gets it not super clean, but okay, here's the run from Toulon in the midfield. Around the corner comes Olivon, good quick ball. Oh, Saran, so far he is having a blinder. Oh, but the offload goes to ground, so that's knock on. It'll be a what? Okay, no, it wasn't. Villiers, he throws it out. Second loose ball he throws out. Is that a Georgian? Yeah, Gigashvili. But ball turnover. Here goes Glasgow. Will they try and exit? It looks like it. Horn tells the... Yeah, lots of Munster fans going to Cape Town. You're right, Kieran. I heard that people were even crowdfunding each other. Like if you were or if you were a known high profile Munster fan, but you couldn't afford to go to Cape Town, people were crowdfunding and pooling money to send some people over to Cape Town. So it's been crazy. The more I'm learning about the Urk, the more I'm learning that Munster fans are like La Rochelle fans. They are crazy fanatics. Which is great to see. The Cape Townians are the same. Okay, another line out for Toulon. Let's see if they get clean ball this time. They go to the back. Parise, not a clean one again. Looks like they want to move with Colby into the seam or Villiers, but it's not working. Another one around the corner. Olivon, he's been playing so well. He hands it off to Villiers. He puts on some footwork, gets to the tackle, couldn't get his hands free, and out it goes to Parise. Maybe he's trying to play for a World Cup spot. It might be his second last match ever. Okay, EI West with a super wide ball to Colby. He gets tackled into touch. It's all for all Toulon so far. Hey, Dave Davies. I don't know if RTE is just showing it. I'm in South Africa. Supersport's showing it here. I'm using Dade's login. Hey, Grant. Hey, I'm in Joburg. I go to Ellis Park, okay? If that's not real rugby fandom, I don't know what is. Going to a basically bombed out war zone to watch your team lose every weekend. If that's not rugby fandom, then tell me what is. It's easy to go to a beautiful stadium built for the World Cup on Greenpoint. Ah, there's a try for Parise. There, he's going to and that makes us true Lions fans and makes us good rugby fans. It's easy to be a fan when your stadium is on Greenpoint and all your schools are massive rugby schools. It's hard to be when your stadium is in Beirut and your team always loses. Okay, so a line out stolen. Yeah, and then just a little pick and go, and Parise gathers, puts on footwork, straight to you Jones. Hey, you, they didn't teach you to tackle like that in Cape Town. And try Parise. Could be his second last game. Shouting at Kieran Crowley, please select me. Let me retire at the World Cup, please. Yeah. Oh, it's hard to think that Parise is older than me. And I'm old, guys. I'm really old. Okay. And 14-0 to Toulon. Glasgow are having a fun time so far. I wonder if it's going to be all one-way traffic tonight. Hope not. I hope. But so far the Glasgow forwards are not in the game. Oh! Dan Bigger not going. He must be HIA. The French fans are happy. Another kickoff. Let's see if Glasgow can stay in this half today. They have not been able to. They're trying to disrupt the ruck here, causing issues. And now Barnes are like, calm down, boys. Okay. It's good to put pressure on in the ruck. Try and suck guys in. Now, Glasgow with their first proper field position. Ooh! Smith is off like a rocket. Horn, short side. Miotti, oh, beautiful ball. Cancier puts a chip in. Oh, little extra touch, and Colby cleans it up. No, Villiers cleans it up. I'm so used to Colby being in 11 and not in 15. That was a lovely little attack. It's their first proper ball they've had, so that was good to see. Little first touch, but just a bit too hard. But encouraging stuff. Encouraging stuff. I think both teams, well, it looks like Glasgow is going to be struggling to score a lot more than Toulon are. Toulon's forwards are just dominating Glasgow right now. But beautiful stuff. Okay, 22 dropouts. Is that Stain who catches? Yeah, he sends it to Dempsey, who will carry like this all day long. The man is a nutter. Horn sends it out to his forward pod. Miotti sends it out. Is that Stain in the midfield? He's come around from his wing. Yeah. And now the Toulon forwards. Look at that. They have been all over the... Oh, Stain, you knew that was going to happen. These Glasgow forwards, man, they are not in this game. You cannot win if you don't have a pack. No. Too bad, Glasgow. Penalty to Toulon. Wales won't go past quarterfinals. They're in our pool stage. So not good space for these two Wales. Those two Wales as heroes. You think so? They don't want to be part of it. Maybe they were told they're not making the World Cup squad, and they were just like, we're not going to hang around. Why work out? Yeah, poor Wales. They are really in a tough spot right now. No money, and squads are getting more and more tiny, and seemingly not a lot of support. But I'm sure there would be support if they won stuff. But they're just in a tough spot now. Hope they can fix it. Oh, that's mock throw. Not allowed to do that. In the 56 World Squad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more guys. Maybe this is like a player strike happening. No, I don't know. They're just old guys. They didn't want to go to the World Cup. Okay, so Toulon are still all over this. Let's see if this Glasgow side can get out of it. There's my boy, Cheslin. Please stay injury free. Tipperick was still doing alright, but your AWJ, he was doing his role, but not a lot more than that. I don't know, under Pivac, not that everything was going that well. He was changing his game a little bit, doing a bit more offloading, that kind of stuff, but didn't see much of him in the Six Nations. Still a great player though. I will always rate him. He's one of the greats. But maybe one World Cup too far. We'll still see. We have our own guy, old Mr. Vermeulen, who also needs to get through a bit of a rugby championship, so we can see if he still got it. He did play well for whenever he played against the South African side. Okay, what's happening in this game? Horn puts it high. Glasgow, again, in their own 22, basically. Here's Parise with a catch. He's also having a great game. Eddie copying Rassi. They are kind of... you think they're kind of cut from the same cloth, those two guys. I think Eddie... he'll get Australia to a good space, I think. Oops, there's a mistake from Toulon. But I think they can afford to make mistakes. They have a good bunch of points in the bank. Oh. The issue with Australia right now is they have so many players overseas that they're just not selecting. I think they might scrap that World Cup, that external rule for the World Cup. If anyone can do it, it would be Eddie, because they've got so many good players overseas. Why hamstring yourself to like 3 or 4 players? Here goes Olivon again. He's also having a blinder. The flankers for Glasgow right now are doing well. Oh, here goes. He didn't do the offload, but Toulon are all over Glasgow right now. Right on the try line again. You'd think they would score here. And there goes Saron. Try again. Toulon are running away with this, guys. I think we just here mostly for chat. The issue with Australia, too many Aussies. They're good oaks. They're good oaks. Okay, so there is another try to Toulon, and it is all going Vidra Vuvalu. Yeah, they should be good, but I mean, if you look at the way the Fijian Drua have been playing, you won't discount that they could cause some trouble for Australia and England, and also Argentina's on that side of the draw as well. So is it they're going to waive the overseas rule for the World Cup for Australia? It makes sense. They have to. They can't hamstring themselves. If you want to win anything, you got to pick all your players. That's just the way it has to be. You have to be able to pick Cooper and Karevi and the Arnolds and all those guys. Oh, sorry, Franco. Your guys are struggling. Toulon, they are going to the Champions Cup, I think. So far, this has been a bit of a one-sided affair. I don't see Glasgow digging themselves out unless their forwards get into this game. Who do we take from overseas for the Aussies? I'm taking Karevi. I'm taking Cooper. Who else is there? The Arnolds, the Locks. At least one of them probably. There must be a prop or a hooker or something. I think there's a hooker. Isn't there one of the hookers overseas? I can't remember. There's a lot of overseas Aussies players they can pick from. Experienced guys. Yeah, I bet if they. Yeah, no. Australia, they try to preserve their pool with that rule, and it's not going to work. Not with the money that they can make overseas compared to at home. Wales, they have the money, they just spend it poorly. I don't know why they just don't look across the border at Ireland and be like, oh, they make the same amount of money as us, and look how good they're doing. Why can't we? So, Wales just need to stop spending all their money on hotels and spend it on coaching pathways and player pathways. But I think their setup is a bit different than Ireland's. The IRFU are in charge of the clubs, and I don't think the Welsh clubs are run by the WRU. They're independent. Okay, so Glasgow, with their first real chance to attack. Dempsey runs hard. Yeah, I know. That's why you don't do your World Cup draw like 2 years out from the World Cup. Too much can happen. But I suppose it makes for an interesting World Cup. You'll just get, I don't know, France and South Africa going through absolutely battered from having to beat Ireland and New Zealand, and then the other side of the draw are all fresh because they've had a cakewalk. That's what we all say, but I don't know. The World Cup could be more competitive than usual, especially with the Fiji and Argentines looking a lot better. Yeah, the IRFU and I've looked into it. The IRFU and the WRU make about the same amount of money, about £100 million, give or take. But the IRFU spend like 70% of it on their professional game, and Wales spend like 50% of it on the professional game. Wales have the same issue that the Western Province Rugby Union have. They are run by like 98 different amateur clubs. They all get a vote. So if those amateur clubs just band together, they can overrule any rules and get all the money for themselves, which is what's happening. They have too much power in the amateur game, and then the professional game suffers, which is what's happening now. Whereas in the IRFU, there's a lot, and Wales waste the other 50% on hotels. The IRFU have way more control over their budget to spend it properly, and they spend it on player pathways, and they spend it on coach pathways. And then you get what you get now. Ireland, top of the world, basically unbeatable. Good schools that they fund well, good clubs that they pay well, and good coaching places. Yeah, well, the IRFU still have to learn that there's a women's rugby game. That might be nice of them. Let's hope so, Albert. I think the Boks really are feeling 2020. Yeah, exactly, Grant. Vietnam and Wales are like cut from the same cloth when it comes to the way they manage their game. Last years, the Boks were stuck in first gear. Yeah, I think we're really feeling that year of matches we couldn't play. That's like, 12 or 13 games? That's a lot of experience. Imagine you have a player with 0 caps versus a player with 15 caps. That's a lot of rugby that we missed out on. Still feeling it. Boks have actually, if you think about it, Kieran, Boks have never really had incredible 10s. Especially when we won World Cups. We've had Nas in the 80s. He was maybe our greatest 10 ever. We've had Henry Honeyball. He was a baller. Um, and then who else was like a general team leading guy? We play off nine like the French. The Boks have always played off nine. We've had great nines. Uist, Fourie de Preux. Now we have Faf, who's a guy who leads the team around the field. We've always played off nine. Ruan Pinard as well. He played a lot of nine for us. Our tens have always kind of just been there to do what the nine says and sometimes take over. Pollard is a little bit more of a general, but even Butch James, World Cup winning guy, he was also there basically to just take other teams' tens' heads off. Wasn't really a baller. World Cup 95, Joel Stransky was there to kick, wasn't really a baller. Yeah, the Irish definitely play off 10. They don't play off 9. The New Zealanders, they also play off 10. The Aussies play off 10. But South Africa and France have always played off 9. And you guys have the best 10 in the world now. What's the name? Having Johnny Sexton on the field is like having a world-class coach on the field with you. Ooh, Tuipoloto just ended a man. Shame. Payawa. I'm sure they've probably played each other in school in New Zealand at some point. Ooh. That's another HIA right there. Yeah, you do. And what's his name? Mr. Byrne, the older one. Who's the older one? Harry or Ross? Ross Byrne. He's starting to come to his own. Yeah, old Mr. Healy. The way Ben Healy played last weekend, you'd almost say like, wish they kept him. Should have stayed in Munster. I've always liked him. He's got a level head. He doesn't seem flustered. Yeah, no, Grant. We don't like our tens to be crazy guys. Yeah, Ross Byrne. We like our tens to be nice, level-headed, good kickers. Don't do anything crazy. You're too far from the forwards. We like if our nine's a sniper. The forwards can follow him easily. We've always just wanted a nice, level-headed 10. The bigger, the better. Yeah, no, Healy, how old is he? I don't think he's too old. He could have still grown into a good player. But there's that thing, I see it as well in the online, is that if he wasn't a blue shirt, he might have already been a world-class 10. But unfortunately, he's in a red shirt. I'm just saying, maybe that's the thing. What's happening in this game? It's still all Toulon. Head clashes all over the place. Out on the full. Yeah, see, Healy is a young boy. He could have still been a massive player for Ireland. And he's good, man. Yes, he's got a good kick on him, and he's so like smooth when he does this thing where he carries the ball in one hand and he looks like he's going to do like a little pass, and he just picks it up again. Bobby Skinstad used to do that and just runs into the gap. He's so smooth. Faster than he looks. Yeah, but it's good if all the best All Black sides were basically all Kieran. All the best All Black sides were basically all Crusaders as well. All the best box sides were either just Stormers or just Bulls. It's just that cohesion theory. Most of Scotland is Glasgow now. Usually you build your national side around one of your best club sides, and then you just sprinkle in the good guys. Okay, penalty to Glasgow. Can they get points on the board? You think he'd take only Pollard as a genuine 10? I think they can't ignore Lebok, eh? Especially if they win the Urk. But even if Munster win the Urk, you gotta look at Lebok. His kicking is great. Even his not just his post kicking, his game management kicking, and he's willing to have a run. The understanding Lebok has with Damian Willemse and with some of the other backs, you have to take him, eh? What do you think about Herschel Yankees? Do you think he's good enough to get back into the box squad? He's been looking better this season, especially late, the second half of the season. It feels like the Stormers have been starting to play better, and it's coincided with Herschel Yankees' form. I think it's starting to pick up a little bit. But anyways, here's Glasgow. They are trying to get a more try. It's been pulled down. Munster's chances. I mean, you could make excuses for the Stormers why they lost last time. They played a game in South Africa, then they played a game in Europe, then they played a game in South Africa, then they played a game in Europe, and then they played Munster in South Africa. Like, I think they had like 4 travel weeks in a row or something, which knackered them. So they will be more rested, but Munster literally, the Stormers have never beaten Munster, not last year or this year. So maybe Munster's their bogey team. Experience will get you in the Bok team. Well, people say that, but he risked Jasper Wiese, and that's now in. They risked Moody, he's in now. They risked Arendse, he's in now. There's a lot of guys that people forget, that they think about Eben, and they think about Malherbe, and they think about Vermeulen, but there's a lot of youngsters in the Bok team. They risked Jaden Hendrikse, he's in now. So there's a few. They risked Murat, he's in now. Dweba. Yeah, but that's why they risk them now, Albert, so that they can take them to the World Cup. Yeah, the travel thing, but at least Kieran Munster have now, it's 2 weeks, so they can probably fly down already tonight. They can fly down here and have an extra couple days, and they're not playing at altitude, so they don't have to get used to that. So every Munster have all the chances here. At least they are playing away, yes, but I think you can't say travel was a issue in this one because it's 2 weeks prep. So if Herschel can stay just fit for 3 games in a row, he'll be back in Bok contention. I think so. He's looked a lot better recently. He's gotten a bit of his zip back at the base of the ruck. He got a bit slow at the base of the ruck, and his kicking has always been good. Yeah, 2 weeks rest, no excuses. Same for the Stormers. They can't have excuses. They've got 2 weeks rest. Both teams are getting good players back. I think Fekitoa, Snyman, and what's the one guy? There's one more Munster guy supposed to come back. And then the Stormers are getting Dion Fourie back as well. He's been epic for them. So both teams, I think hopefully the weather's good, because Cape Town is usually wet in the winter, so there might be rain, hope not. Yeah, Fekitoa should come back. Snyman should hopefully come back. Yeah. We are sending Munster squad on all the wine tours, yeah. Every single wine tour. Every single bar at Vienna Waterfront. Blouberg, send them there. Let them go watch the Penguins. Keep them up late. Just shower them with praise. Make it too nice. Stellenbosch, everywhere. Take them to all the rugby schools. Shower them in praise there. Make them soft. You think Rassie will bring a surprise selection? I wonder who it would be. Someone we don't expect. Skalk Brits back in action. I hope Khalees is going to be fit. Okay, where are we now? Toulon with a scrum. It's almost half time, guys. We've barely watched the rugby. What are we doing? We're just chatting. Down the blind side, go Toulon. Quick ball inside. Parise can't gather. Yeah, the stadium is sold out in 3 hours. I think that's going to be the first time that stadium is going to be full for Stormers game. It's never been full for Stormers game. It's going to be amazing to see. Yeah, there's going to be plenty red. Yeah, no, this game is plenty one-sided, Albert. Yeah, take them up Table Mountain and then lose them. Up Table Mountain in the cable car, load shed so the cable car doesn't work, and then just leave them up there for a bit. Okay, so Toulon are just chucking them about now. They don't care. And Glasgow, they barely touching the ball. Wanikolo. Okay, scrum to Glasgow. Can they get points? Any points? Scrum goes down. Barnes doesn't care. Just get it out. He's not there to ref scrums today. Tui Pulotu loses it forward somehow. And here comes Toulon with a counter. Oh, good tackle on him. The two scrum caps have to secure the ball. And back for the scrum. Should be the last scrum of the half, I'd say. You can find your way back, Kieran. At least if there's teams that can handle the cold, it's the Irish team. So nothing in Cape Town can throw at them will make them feel cold or windy. Cape Town is windy, but so is, I'm sure, Munster. These guys have played in Galway, so they all know how to handle wind as well. I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch the game. Gonna have to put a bride together, put it on the TV. Okay, so scrum to Toulon. They are gonna run this. They are not here to kick this ball. Who's going to the World Cup, Kieran? Is Johnny gonna be fit? Mr. Sexton. What if he's not fit? Who do they send? The altitude. Yeah, no. I was there when we beat Munster. It was great. Oh, there comes Glasgow with a counter scrum. And the walk back. Here we go. Okay, maybe we get some points. And Horn with a tap and go, but he's in the wrong spot. I don't think... Can you tap and go on a 10-meter walk? Franco Smith's army, Yuan Rugby. Their forwards have not shown up. This Toulon pack is destroying them. Except there, Yuan. There, the pack did show up. But most of this half, they have not been here. It's been all Toulon's forwards. Dominating at the ruck and everywhere else. Beware of the mountain. I've been on that mountain. It's cold up there. It's freezing. Yeah, Ross Byrne. He can go. And then his brother. Carberry. Would you give it to Crowley? Frawley? All these names. Okay, let's see. Can Glasgow score something? Finally. This whole half they've been battering the wall. Oh, poor Franco. You think Mr. Franco would come back to South Africa? He's done very well with them, but I think they need to recruit a giant South African number 8, maybe. Or a giant South African prop, maybe. Just to make that pack a little scarier. It's a very mobile pack, but not a very, like, dangerous one. What's happening? Short on penalty. This is taking ages. Yeah, no, Franco Smith is always... He's a very good attack coach. His defense of his teams has always been an issue, though. The Cheetahs, they couldn't defend. When he was at Italy, they couldn't defend. Glasgow has been the difference this season. Maybe he's got a defense coach there helping sort it out. But they've always... his teams have always been a bit off balance, over-attacking sometimes, and just giving up a lot of points. But Glasgow this year have been playing so good. I thought Edinburgh would be the better Scottish side. Franco to the Bulls. I still rate Jake, guys. I still rate Jake. He's a World Cup winning coach. He just needs a bit of recruitment and he'll be back there. Oh, here goes Glasgow, but it's going to be half time. Alright, Oaks. I need to go get some water. That was a nice chat. I'll see you in a few minutes. Let me just... Bye. Hello, we're back, ready for the kickoff. And there goes Glasgow. I might be a few minutes late. Sorry, everyone. I'm here. I was eat some wars. Couldn't stop myself. Next half. Can Glasgow fight back? How's everyone doing? Did you get yourself something to drink? Penalty. First up. Second half. That's now do or die now for Glasgow. I hope I'm not too far behind in the stream. This is the time. I'm just making sure everything is good. It all looks like we're ready to stream. Okay, quick line out. Toulon. Glasgow. No accuracy today. And here comes the Toulon forwards to destroy everything. Glasgow better move quick. Okay, Tupilotto comes to clean it up. Miotti with a crossfield kick. But Colby is there. He takes care of it. That's what he's there for. Steyn and Colby. Old mates. Probably not, but they both speak Afrikaans. Who's hurt? Is that Ferguson? Oh, hope that's not too big. He's a big part of Scotland's team. What have we been talking about? Who's winning? Munster or Stormers? Yeah, Munster have a chance, Kieran, definitely. And the Stormers, like Grant says, yeah, Albert, a full Newlands, I almost said, Cape Town Stadium. Oh, Colby, please help me. There's Olivon, little elbow in the face, and here comes Ferguson getting a shot. He's alright. Now we got a boot to the head. Can Glasgow fight back? Bassero is on the field. Is he in the centres or at flank? From how clean he is, I'm going to assume he's in the centres. He was playing flank in America. It's amazing to see him back in France, playing for Toulon. He's looking slimmer than usual. He must be very excited. So he's playing inside centre. He's going to be running some crash balls. Storm is less consistent than last year, so that's a worry. But home means a lot. Yeah, definitely. The Newlands faithful will be helping a lot. But the one team that has beaten the Stormers in Cape Town is Munster. No one else has done it. But then Stormers were on the back of lots of travel. Like I think they went up and down 4 times before that game. Okay, another line out to Glasgow. Can they win this one and set up the maul? The last one was a mess. This one is better. But Toulon's got the shove on. They are shearing off the side, but they might have hands on that ball. I think it's a turnover. These Toulon forwards, they are all over Glasgow. It's not even a fight at this point. Not even close. Oh yeah, no. When I was a kid, eat some wars were. Now I'm like, I can't get enough of them. I can eat them dry, just dry. I don't care. Oh no, Toulon were nowhere in that one. I wonder what my synchronization is looking like here, guys. Is my stream far behind? I hope not. Yeah, no, it looks like Glasgow has run their race this year. They ran out of steam, it looks like. Their pack is not here tonight. Scrum to Toulon after defending 2 lineouts. Goes down. Penalty to Toulon. Oof. Yeah, no. Hopefully this is not a little taste of the Scottish World Cup campaign. If they can't stand up to these forwards. There's a lot of Scotsmen in this, Scottish internationals in this pack. Brown, Ferguson, other Ferguson, Dempsey. Looks like a pretty good crowd. It's going to be a much bigger one tomorrow. Who's winning tomorrow, La Rochelle or Leinster? Who is taking that one? Will Leinster get revenge? La Rochelle stay champions? Okay, and Toulon go to the sky. Steyn is there. Man is afraid of nothing. You think you want Yeah, no, he does. Yeah, hopefully Franco will leave Glasgow and come back to us. Oof, I don't think Glasgow's going to let him go anytime soon after the season they've had. I'm sure he'd like to recruit a few more forwards though. Okay, Glasgow. They're just not getting the ball out as quickly as they can. Tuipoloto runs into the midfield, puts Basra on his bum. Not a lot of guys do that. Out the back from the forwards, and they're trying to run it up the other side. Smith with a carry. Horn is at the ruck. Out the back from Dupria. And here comes Tuipoloto again. Is that Jones? To Steyn. He nearly gets on the outside. Now they need to keep this ruck safe. Penalty advantage to... Yeah, no. They were hands on the ground there. Do you think that Johan Ackerman should come back to Southern? I would love that, Johan. I'd love Ackerman to come back. He is coaching I think it's a third division Japanese side. Could be second division. He's not even coaching in the first division of Japan. He's just getting paid so much money. I'd love for him to come back. You know where I'd love for him to come back to? I'm sitting in Joburg, so you can guess where I'd love for him to come back to. But anyway, even if it's the Shark, well, the Sharks have Plumtree back now, so maybe he will come back and we'll be back to an earlier era of Super Rugby. Plumtree back at the Sharks, Jake at the Bulls, Dobby's at the Stormers, Ackerman at the Lions. Sounds great to me. He's been there for so many years. He's been there longer than he was at Glasgow, I think. Just having a nice stress-free coaching job in Japan. Sync looking good. Thanks, Kieran. I'm always afraid that something is out. But you're watching in... Yeah, well, you're probably watching on RTE, I assume. Okay, Toulon bringing on the early replacements. That is way too good a looking forward there. You can't have hair like that and be a forward. Replacements coming on now. Glasgow need to do something. Get some spring in their step. Get their forwards into the game. They've been beaten up a bit today. Bat is off. They just need to secure ball, get into the game. Bergen on for Fagerson. Here goes the maul. The last one was well defended by Toulon, but this one seems to be doing alright. Yeah, they're getting some forward momentum. It's been shattered a bit. That's in from the side, I think, Mr. Referee. Do they still have control of it? It looks like it. Work hard, guys. Work hard. Ball's in a bit of the middle there. They need to get it to the back. It's available. Okay, so they can attack. Tuipoloto, who's had his hands on the ball a lot this half. And, Mackay might have come in too much there. Is Mackay playing? I don't know. Yeah, no, Leinster, full pack and 5th star is all they want. Yeah, if Leinster get the 5th star, I think then next year they're putting their money in the URC bank. They're going to do their best to win that as well. I don't think you'll see many second teams in knockout games there. I mean, if there's any team that deserve a 5th star, it is Leinster. They have been so good this year. So good. I've never seen... I think in 2002, the Crusaders went... they went without a loss through Super Rugby and won it. That's the last time I saw a side as good, a club side as good as this Leinster side. Urk is definitely helping, yeah. You're backing La Rochelle. Oh, yeah, no, but you're a Munster fan, so Rog is your man. Yeah. He must have felt so good. Yeah, no, I don't know why that winger came in so close. That was Cancellieri. Oh, and there's the forwards again. Toulon's forwards, getting them out of trouble. Yeah, Urk is definitely helping South Africa. I think because we're not getting battered by the New Zealanders constantly, it's keeping people more interested. It was a tough sell to know you would struggle to win every season. It's just one of those things. New Zealand sides are just too good. And we're not even getting any money from... We're not even getting any money from the Urk yet. I think we're only getting money from next year. the agreement will be renegotiated. We are paying 300 million rand a year to be in the IRC. We're not making any money, which is insane to think. I don't know where they're getting their budgets from. To have a team like the Stormers compete in 2 finals and their budget is like the same as a Welsh side, basically. It's insane. Imagine if we could start getting budgets like at least Connacht. Even that would be good. Colby, lovely kick. It's good to see him get through a game. So Colby's won a World Cup. He's won I think he's won the Heineken, hasn't he, with Toulouse? He's won, we're also loving it. South Africa took a while to get used to, Kieran, took a while to get used to rugby in December, but I think people are coming around to it. It's been really great. I remember watching the Pro 14 and feeling like, it's a bit samey, but now, it's so colorful, and the marketing has been so good. They've really brought like the colors to the front and stuff. Yeah, makes it tough knowing that it's not just going to be Leinster walking it every season, and Munster getting back to being more powerful. Ulster's good. The Scottish sides have gotten good. Even Benetton has gotten a lot better. So it's been great watching. Oh, look at Olivon telling his players, shut up, I'm the captain. Beautiful. So another try butchered. We're not even watching the game, guys. We're just talking. Going for posts. Toulon. They don't care. Just want to win. Okay, so running down the clock, getting closer to that win. Glasgow still nowhere in this game. Their forwards not matching up to the Toulon pack. TV rights ads. Yeah, the IRC is obviously sold to TV companies and all that. And the money they get from that is not being shared with South Africa at this moment. The agreement to allow us to play in the Northern Leagues, because obviously it's a risk, was that for the first, I think, 3 years, the first TV deal, that South Africa would not share in any of the revenue, the TV revenue. That's the only way they would allow us to play in the IRC, to join the Pro 14 and turn it into the IRC, is to say, okay, we'll pay you guys for a few years, and if it works out nicely, the northern teams have not risked anything, we've risked all of it, and then if everything goes well, then we'll get to share some of the money after the deal is renegotiated. So yeah, we've been paying 300 million rand a year to play. Yeah. So you're competing against teams that have no budgets yet, and we've already been buying guys like it's a bit back. If we start sharing in that revenue of the IRC, I think it's going to be even more competitive. I'm really, really excited. I think the deal gets renegotiated after the 2023-24. Yeah. Toulon are bringing on their second tier guys now. Okay, now Glasgow are trying to attack from everywhere. It is not working. It's not even as incisive. I don't know what's going on with the attack. Is it the missing fly half? Is that the issue? Because Horn has been the guy. They're not winning the contact at all. And here goes Toulon again. Bastero with a little kick. Is that going to run into the corner? Oof, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. That's one of the issues the Sharks and stuff have, because they want to spend more money, but there's still a cap on our teams because we're not getting any TV money yet. What is this? Is this a try? Is this a try? Was that a quick line-out throw? I think so. I think Toulon have scored even more points. How long before Olivon gets taken off? Because this game is safe. They want to protect him for the World Cup. Yeah, Bastero, beautiful little kick through. What happened? Glasgow tried a quick throw in straight to Olivon. Oh my goodness. Everything is going wrong. TJ Perenara-esque, that little steal. Oof. That's going to be on all the comedy highlights. Glasgow, guys, you could do better than that. I think sponsors backing SA teams must make it worth it, besides getting paid directly. Yeah. But even if we don't have to pay, yeah, you were right. Toulon have been too much. Do they want to see if Olivon was on side? Is there onside line? Yeah, let's see if the lineout was formed or not. So they threw it in quickly. Offside. Oh, he was too close. Offside, no try. Okay. So, no try, guys. They get to scrum them off the ball. How's the travel working? For what? For the Urk. I think our players are used to flying miles and miles. I've flown to Europe a few times. It's tough, but it's not as tough as flying across time zones. I think we're sponsored by Qatar, so we have to stop in Doha, which is not ideal. Because the flight from Doha, I've stopped there as well. It's a nice airport, but there's nothing. It's an airport in the middle of the desert. And then they fly into... SA joining the Six Nations is still a tough one for me. I really like playing New Zealand. I'd miss playing them. Richard, you're going to be sad to see how these guys are playing. They've been having a tough game. Yeah, I think that's also the Qatar sponsorship is also as long as this current deal with the Urk. I think they're hoping to be able to change flight sponsorships once they start getting enough money to pay, or at least not have a flight sponsor and just pay for them themselves, so they can get some business class flights. They also they want to change it, because right now there's like 3 tours, or two to 3 tours north. You go up, you play 2 games, you come back down, and then later you go up, play 2 games, then come back down again. I think they want to change it back to 4-game tours, so you only fly maybe twice in a season, not 3 or 4 times, just to reduce that travel fatigue, and also the number of flights. Oh, here comes Glasgow. Come on, boys. Oh, and Jones drops it cold. Yeah, Glasgow, poor guys. Great backline. Their forwards were nowhere. And now there's a bit of a little scrap. Colby, right in the middle of it. Oh, it's always the small guys, eh? There's been quick ball for once. Good carries. Attacks all over the place. Another little... let's see Colby. He's behind as the sweeper. Qatar want to get more involved with the rugby, so they're not going anywhere soon. They see rugby as a way to make more money. What do they call it? Yeah, it's time for Ryan Wilson. He said he was going to wear his kit today. They should have picked him. He would have been the soul of the team. One last hurrah. Eric. Qatar wants to... Yeah, I think Qatar wants to sponsor big teams. I think they saw Emirates got a lot into games. It's just that airport, man. It's just a little bit too far. I think it's even further than the Emirates one. Okay, short arm penalty. And again, the scrum is not working for Glasgow. They cannot lay a platform. They can't do anything. I think the way the game's going, Ryan Wilson's glad he wasn't picked for this one. But we'll see. In a couple of years' time, the Urk deal will be renegotiated. South Africans will hopefully be making more money. Maybe we can afford better flights. The tours will be in bigger patches, so there's not as many flights across the ocean or across Africa. It'll all be great. It's been fun though. Okay, yeah, so they're close to each other. Oh, Stain. Give it to the Safa. Let him do it. Lovely try, Glasgow. At last they are on the board. You can see they've come out playing a bit harder. Maybe Ryan Wilson was in the change room telling the guys, come on, boys. No, the Stormers are not playing tomorrow, Albert. They're playing next week. And Dion Fourie should be fit for that one. Oh, Stain with a dummy and go. So Ali Price is on now. You want your Lions 9 playing. And then Stain over there. Maybe there's a fight back. Are we seeing a possible comeback here, guys? Hope so. That'll make it a game. We've sat through all of this. So apparently Dion Fourie should be fit. Archie Snyman should be fit. Fekitoa should be fit. There should be a few guys back for both teams. It's going to be a good game. Okay. Mr. Is it Miotti? Put it over. No, this is Horn kicking it. Okay. Yeah, that's another issue. I think getting to Dublin has been tough. And getting to places like... Well, I've flown to... Where did I fly? Did I fly to Edinburgh? I think I did. It wasn't on a train that I got there. So, getting to Edinburgh is easy enough. Glasgow isn't too far away. That should be alright. Don't know about Dublin. I've never been to Ireland. I've been to Scotland. Where else do they play? Wales. Yeah, that's also probably tough to get into the middle of Wales sometimes as well. So they want to change it to 4-match tours instead of 2-match tours. Then there's less flying, a little less travel. Oh, and then you drop the ball after scoring. Guys, come on. This is not how you win a final. He's been having a tough game, old Mr. Vailanu. Oof. Oh no, that was Tupilatu. Oh, Sione. And everyone loves you. Maybe Qatar Airways could get a flight to Dublin. That'll help. Maybe that can be like a part of the sponsorship deal. Get us a direct flight to Dublin. At least from Doha. But the stopover in Doha is already an issue. Okay, Toulon with the ball in the 22 of Glasgow. I think the issue with the... Ooh, here goes Colby. Let me see. Okay. Oh, that was Villiers. Oh, look at the swerve on this winger. Mr... What's your name? Wanikolo. Oh, that looked like Tambwe. Yeah, South Africa used to complain about the 4-match tours to... in Super Rugby because I think they still had to fly a lot between Australia and New Zealand as well, which is still a bit of travel. And it was so far because I read a big issue was, I like the Doha airport as well. It's new. It's got that big train. It's very simple layout. It's not so bad. I just don't remember a lot of restaurants, if I remember correctly. Anyways, the 4-match tours to Australia were tough because people wanted to phone their families and stuff when they were gone for 4 weeks, but it was always 3 in the morning here. So that was also a big complaint they had. Whereas a 4-match tour to the north, you're still in the same time zone, so it's not as bad. And these are young kids. These are boys. We forget sometimes they are like 25-year-old. Remember when you were 25? I hope everyone here is over 25. A tour like that is a party. Okay, and Toulon scored again, so the comeback's on hold, guys. The comeback's on hold. Manakolo, that was Tambwe-esque, that little swerve. Pinode-esque. Lovely try. Colby drawing the guys, and Glasgow kick off again. That was off a dropped kickoff, eh? Horn with the chase and the tackle, and Toulon will do the exit strategy here. And okay, I'm glad, Grant. It's very long ago. But yeah, when you were that age, you could go for days. London's the closer you get to here for regular flights, I imagine. Yeah, I think there's, if I remember correctly, you could choose BA flights to London, and otherwise it was KLM or Air France, so Paris or Amsterdam. And then it was Middle East stuff, Doha or Dubai. And then sometimes you could try, if you wanted to, Ethiopia. They could take you to like Portugal. You could stop over in Portugal, maybe take a Ryanair flight from there, or EasyJet. Cold outside in Pretoria. It's freezing here as well. You can't see, but I've got a blanket on my lap. Yeah, it's heading into winter now. And penalty to Toulon. High tackle. Glasgow are not helping themselves at all. They have not been in this game, guys. I thought it was going to be a better match than this. 20 minutes left of Glasgow screwing the pooch. What happened? Oh. I think Tuipulotu needs to come off, guys. He is playing a frustrating game. Do they have anyone to replace him? McDowell. Cape Town it could be even colder, Kieran. The issue with Cape Town is it rains there this time of year. I hope it doesn't for the final. It would really be nice to have a dry final, and then they can finally relay that pitch as well. Apparently they're going to put in a half artificial, half grass pitch. Yeah, no, Glasgow look like they checked out long ago. They are not there. Didn't they have like Rory Dodge, Richard Gray? Are they on the field yet? Get on the big boys. Toulon, forward pack, just using their big boys. They've been all over Glasgow all night. Have Glasgow turn this over? No. Okay, here comes Toulon again. Yeah, I think the pitch, they've been made like the Stormers have been made like the prime attendance or something. They've been giving like first come first serve for that stadium, so they can relay the pitch now. Is this Billy? No, that's Colby. What does he want to do? Step straight into guys. Yeah, I think they want to go half and half with the Cape Town pitch. They want to change it, not just pure grass, but half grass, half astro. Not full astro, because I think full astro players don't like it that much. They get carpet burn. Okay, so Toulon, they're just playing touch rugby now. Here goes Bassero with a carry. He gets well stopped. Ball comes out, and Toulon on the attack again. ER West. A little step. Doesn't get through. Still on attack. On the sideline here. Ball looks a little slow now. No one looks to be putting their heart and soul into this. Imagine a Cape Town turf, Albert, where you can actually scrum. Hopefully they can put it in before Malherbe leaves as well, though he re-signed. Poor Kitsoff will never know. Jason, it's heading into our winter. It's only 26. Lots of South Africans living over there in Dublin. Yeah, no, I know a few. And another try. Toulon are just walking this one now. They just worked the short carries there. Kept getting over the advantage line. Quick ruck ball. Try. Glasgow cannot stop these guys. Shame, man. Their whole season is blowing up in their face now. They did better than my team, so I can't. They're just winning the contact. What was it today in Joburg? I think it was like 20 today in Joburg. I don't know what it is now. Tomorrow in Joburg South. Let's see. It's going to be 17, 19, 16, 19. Yeah, that's winter. Next week should be in the mid-20s. That's our winter. Dry and low 20s, high teens. Sometimes we get cold snaps. Rain and cold. We'll see if Cape Town is cold next week. I don't know what the 10-day forecast is. Can check that, can't we? Didn't get really hot in the UK last year. I remember seeing photos of yellow grass. So weird. Okay, let's see. Can they put it over and increase the misery? Yes, I think. Oh, 7. 37 to, is it 36 or 38? Oof, poor Glasgow. They have not pitched up for this game. 15 minutes left, guys, of Glasgow's misery. I'm sure Ryan Wilson is happy he's not in this one. Okay, Toulon have the ball secured. They want to exit their half. ER West, under no pressure, puts it high. Asks Glasgow to run it back at them. Steyn sends it to the midfield. They do run it back. The offload goes out. Okay, some possession for Glasgow. Good carry there. Can they secure the ball? Oh, okay. Penalty to Glasgow. Come on, guys. Get yourselves into this game. Give us a few more tries. Yeah, they're using Colby as a lot of little second playmaker. It's nice. Yeah, Dublin's summer is colder than our winters. Yeah, probably. Our winters are mild, to say the least. We only get like you get those little, when it snows on the mountains, maybe for a week in the winter. Then it's cold and then it's warm again. Our winter is a week. Okay, here come Glasgow. Their forwards trying and trying and trying, and Toulon still stopping them. But advantage to Glasgow. They still got the ball secured. Penalty advantage. Can they finally get something? Richie Gray calling for it. What is that? Knock on? Oh, my guys. The accuracy is not there. Kicks it out. Okay, line out. Let's see. I remember the coldest I've ever been in my life. I was in Edinburgh in Christmas. Just before Christmas. It was like -9 or something. And I had South African warm clothes. They were not enough. We had to go. I think my wife went into the first shop she found and bought a pair of Uggs. In South African money, that's like $5,000. That's not a small amount of money. And I bought myself like snowshoes. It was the coldest I've been in my life. I wasn't used to that. And then we went to St. Andrews, which was even colder. No, European cold is something else. Don't know why you guys stay there. I can imagine Ireland is the same. Yeah, SA houses are built for heat. They're not built for cold. So we need blankies in the winter. Feels like you're outside. Okay, what's happening? What's Glasgow doing? That was their line out. They threw it over the top. They somehow got it back. Oh, here goes a try, and in goes Cancellieri. Lovely. Finally, some good stuff for Glasgow. 12 points to 36. 12 minutes to make up the difference, guys. Yeah, I remember there was a massive heat wave in the UK where it didn't rain as well for like a few days, which is weird. Scorchio. Yeah, I've got family in the Midlands, in the East Midlands in England. That house is windows that could stop a bullet. It's different there. Okay, kick it over. Let's go, boys. Let's get back. Come on. Get us to 14 to 36. Yeah. The whole of Europe got super duper hot, I think. That La Nina thing. Off the post. Okay, so what is that? 24 points to make up. They can do it. Just 2 points a minute. That's all you got to do. I know Canada's on fire right now, so there could be heat coming your way. There goes Sergio Parise. Last final ever. He'll get some silverware. That's nice. Game's come alive a little bit now. We've got 2 tries now. Let's hope Glasgow can catch this one. Come on, boys. You've got to exit. There's like 4 guys. Okay, they catch it. And Glasgow, will they run it? Yeah, they have to. But the Toulon defense is ready for them. Tuipulotu had a good carry there. Quick ball, but still, there's no gap through here. Last proper heatwave in SA was summer 2015-16. Did Jack Carty play against the Stormers last week? Yeah, he did, I think. Nope, no one got to that ball. Toulon secures it. Dempsey with a steal. Here goes Carl Steyn against Colby. I think we all know who's going to win that one. He kicks it dead. No, that was Hugh Jones. Aren't they old teammates? I think so. Last proper heatwave in SA was summer 2015-16. Sometimes it feels like every October there's a heatwave. I think it's... Yeah, where was I in 2015-16? I think I was in Pretoria. Got up to like 46 degrees. It was not a fun time. Cardi had a bit of a shocker against the Stormers. Yeah, this Connacht were not catching eyeballs. It wasn't a bad summer. We had a great... I went French Riviera 3 all the time, then came home. It was grand for the rest of the... Or paddle boarding for the rest. Yeah, no, I think Connacht had a shocker because the wind was howling and they could not deal with the high ball last week. Stormers just put it in the air and waited for Connacht to mess up the catch. 35 is average day in South African summer. That's a day you can go outside to braai. We don't go outside only when it's hitting 39 to 40. That's rough. But I can imagine going to the Riviera in 35. That must be a fun time. Okay, whose ball is this? Glasgow? Scrum on Toulon's line. Yes. Ali Price is the ball. Let's see. Oh yeah, he kicked the ball dead. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Mr. Colby. Get that. The scrums have been an issue this week in this game. Ball is out. Tuipulotu runs it hard at Pastero. He's stopped. Can they get the quick ball? Ali Price digging. He's got it. Oh, it was on out wide there. Here comes a... Oh. Penalty advantage. Dempsey is isolated, but they clean it up. Another carry. But the man is... Where are the cleaners? They are so late to the ball. Tuipulotu, he sends it out. Cancellieri, try scorer. He's fighting through the tackles. Finally, he gets put down. Ali Price, short ball. The carry from Gray. Ball is secure, but slow. Comes the early carry from Dempsey. He's stopped. They go back to the short side. Oof. Oh my goodness, Colby. That was a hit. I love to see it. What game is tomorrow, Jason? Is it the Heineken Cup final? Are you going to the Heineken Cup final? Oh, Colby has smashed him again. Oh, Cancellieri does not like it. And it's off. It's kicking off. Oh, it's going, guys. Okay, no, they cool down. They cool down. Are they cool down? As long as Dempsey doesn't get in there, he doesn't stop. Oh, Colby is just like, I'll hit you again, my man. Didn't get tickets. Let's see. Oof, smashed. Colby, beautiful stuff. And then another smash. Oh, that's why he's a world champion. He just knows. Boom. You're from Dublin, Jason. Oh, lucky man. Which seat are you sitting in? Show us where you are on the screen. Halfway line, behind the posts. As we look at the camera, are you on the camera side? That's quite a ticket to have, watching Leinster La Rochelle in this stadium tomorrow. Was that a high tackle? Okay. Another one. Glasgow, trying again. Oh, we've got a few Irishmen here tonight. You guys are too excited. You can't. You just want to watch any rugby as long as it's in the Viva Stadium. Okay, they secure the ball. Will Glasgow be able to finally get through this Toulon maul defense? They haven't been able to do it all night. They're sending in the whole pack. Stopped once. Oh, that maul is an ugly thing. Truck and trailer boys, watch out. Dempsey breaks away. Are they forwards to clean this ball? Lovely little wide ball, and back inside goes Steyn with a second score. Yeah, Glasgow doing some things. Camera side, okay. So we won't be able to see it. Yeah, Rog is great. I'm sure we'll see him back in Ireland at some point, eh? Maybe if Ninaber, or I don't think you'll ever see O'Gara, Ronan ever coaching in Leinster. And Roundtree's doing a good job at Munster. Yeah, here comes the comeback, Grant. They have 7 minutes to score a whole lot of points. Oh, lovely Steyn. Such a big boy. Comeback is on. Who would O'Gara coach in Ireland? He'd probably want to coach in Munster. But Roundtree is doing a good job. Would O'Gara go to Connacht just as a warm-up, or to Ulster? Or would he just do Munster? Because Ulster could use a coach. They're getting the guy from the Brumbies now, aren't they? Dan McKellar. Yeah, he would only sabotage. Well, that's what's happening now. Munster got Rassie. This is the theory. Munster got Rassie and Ninaber in. They taught them all about Munster. They made them love Munster. Then they said, okay, you go back to South Africa, become coaches there, do whatever. But one day, once you're super valuable, Leinster will come calling. And Ninaber, you will go to Leinster and destroy them from the inside. That's what's happening. Ninaber is an agent for Munster. He's been sent to Leinster to destroy them from the inside. You hear it first from me. Because Ninaber's made his money. He's won his World Cup. He doesn't need to he did well at the Stormers. So he's just there to destroy Leinster too. And it's not because for Munster, it's to even out the ERG to make it the best competition in the world. You can't have one team being that good. So that's what Ninaber's job is. He's gone to Leinster to destroy them. And then we will truly have the best league, because anyone can win it. Okay, 4 minutes left. Carl Steyn, second try of the match. Who's going to be man of the match? Olivon? Probably. Serran? I'd say Olivon. And then at the end of the day, Roundtree will go to Leinster, but he will not do as well as Ronan O'Gara when he goes back to Munster. Turns them into the new La Rochelle. That's my theory. And then Ninaber and Rassie will return to the Cape after Dobbo. How's it, Adam? You're just in time to watch the close ending. Oh, look at this Toulon pack. Mincemeat. Little crossfield kick. Oh, and it doesn't work out. Penalty to Glasgow? You also think, Jason, that Mr. Ninaber is an agent of Munster, sent to destroy Leinster? Machiavellian. It's been coming since they were at Munster all those years ago. Parise getting the selfies in. Olivon was the best player on the field tonight. Yeah, no. Glasgow's forwards just couldn't match the Toulon forwards. That's what happened tonight. Both sides' backlines were great, but Toulon just ran over. Oh, Cheslin Colby, player of the match. Okay. I wouldn't have said that. I would have said Olivon, but okay. Yeah, no, you can tell from the scrums the state of the Glasgow pack. Who will be turned into a double agent? Mr. Ninaber. He's already a double agent. Oh, look at that beautiful number 3 of Toulon. Is that Gigashvili? Yeah, Gigashvili. He got for 2 tackles, and for because because Villiers has the same scrum cap, they think he's been in 2 places at once. Mr. Nienaber going to Leinster. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he's been fully head coach at the Boks. But there is no better defensive coach in the world. People say, what's his name from France? Sean Edwards is the best defense coach in the world. Nienaber is better. Nienaber is the best defense coach in the world, bar none. Another try for Toulon. They are going home with the silverware, boys. Was an easy one for them. 19 points to 41 is a destruction. EIA West. Didn't he win for La Rochelle last year, and now he's winning for Toulon this year in the other cup? Oh, they were all over. I think a lot of the Irish sides need slightly better front row coaches. None of the Irish sides scrums are all that, but they know how to play without scrums. I think they realized refs aren't really giving penalties that quickly at scrums anymore because they want the game to flow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Toulon all the way. Easy win for them, and they are going to be back in the Champions Cup next year. There was a little rumor that Dwayne might be Bok defense coach. I don't know, eh? I don't know. He is the defensive captain on the field, so maybe he can be defense coach. He was playing under Nienaber's defensive coaching when he was at the Stormers. Okay, the kickoff by Glasgow, collected by Toulon. Will they just play for the clock now, or will they can just keep attacking? Oh my goodness. Now the Glaswegians are falling off the ball. And I think this is going to just be a bit of chuck about now, because they know their game's won. Gigashvili with the socks for tattoos. Nienaber is a better defensive coach. The year he was Stormers defense coach, because they're like for 4 tries the whole season. Yeah, when he, from I think it was 2018 to 2022, the Boks would have, I think we're conceding 1 try a game. That's the best of any side ever. Yeah, no, Nienaber should have had that 2020 to prepare more. He never got that chance. But that's game, guys. Toulon are champions. I hope you all enjoyed it. We didn't really watch the game. We just kind of chatted. But I enjoyed it very much. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Forever Sports. There's all kinds of live streams happening tomorrow as well. Definitely for next week. And there's still the small matter of the World Cup coming up. So I'll see a lot more of you guys throughout the year. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Have a good night. Cheers.